Hey, I'm Randy, and I'm the Cheap Audio Man. Here at the Cheap Audio Man, we don't feel like audio equipment. Amps, DACs, speakers, turntables, headphones, headphone amps, cables should cost as much as a bed that you can sleep in. If you get sick, then your body makes you better while you're sleeping, and then your brain can function properly while you're sleeping comfortably in your bed. Like, each component shouldn't cost more than your bed so that you can be a human being. And this doesn't. What is it? It's the SMSL DA-8S. It's a balanced speaker amp. So grab a cup of coffee, sit down, and let's talk about the SMSL DA-8S. Couldn't be more confusing. DA-8. DA-8. It just rolls off the tongue. Let's talk about the SMSL DA-8S. Today's sponsor is brought to you by the Naughty Vigilante. It's a new perfume cologne. Just because you're fighting crime out there in a spandex suit and you get all sweaty, build up a lot of bacteria in your armpit area and crotch, doesn't mean you can't smell good. That's why female Spider-Man chooses the Naughty Vigilante. It's available at Walgreens. Okay, so the SMSL, I still can't get the name right, D-8S. Okay, so let's take a look at it. What's on the back? What's on the back? What's on the back? 2 balanced inputs. Well, it's really 1 balanced input for 2 channels, okay? 1 RCA single-ended input. So you got your balanced and your single-ended. You got Bluetooth 5.0, and then you have some speaker outputs, okay? Runs off at 24 volt DC, okay? So this kind of goes with the SU8, which is, today also we have a co-host. It's female armless Spider-Man. She's gonna chime in on some of the review today. We appreciate you being here, armless female Spider-Man. I know your schedule's been pretty jammed up lately. Yeah. Okay, so power ratings is 80 times 2 into 4 and 40 into 8. Signal noise ratio is 90 dB. Price is like $170. So because it's balanced, you probably want to put a balanced input into it. So I use the SMSL M200, which I just did a review on, the SMSL M300, both balanced, but you can also get the SU8 DAC, which is balanced by SMSL, and this is exactly the same form factor, same color, everything. They're kind of meant to go with each other. It comes with a remote, also has 3 EQ modes. One is basic, the first one's basically flat, then you have like SBD, which is kind of like, I don't know, SMSL's house EQ, and then you have another one. None of them were that bad. The middle one, the SBD or whatever it's called, kind of reminds me of like a well done loudness. So if you're listening at lower volumes and you want to jazz things up a bit, it's not a bad EQ setting. I actually use it when I'm listening at lower volumes. Okay, what speakers did I use with this? I used the brand new Polk Reserve R100. Sounded great. Also used the Q Acoustics 3030i. Sounded great. Also used the Aperion Novus. Sounded great. Okay, Aperions are like 85 dB. The Polks are like 89 dB or 86 dB, and then the Q Acoustics are 3030i's are like 89 dB. Okay, no problem running any of them. All right, no problem. Also has tone controls. Okay, has a screen, but unless you've got a pair of binoculars or you're 6 inches away from it, it may be difficult for people to read. Okay, it's there. You can use it. It's awesome if you have really good eyesight. The volume control is kind of this recessed with a little finger hole, and I gotta tell you, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'd rather just have a knob. It looks good, don't get me wrong, but if you want to change volume on the fly, it's just kind of awkward. And I feel like I'm pushing it off and stuff. All right, maybe it's just me. Probably is me. What do you think, female Spider-Man? Yeah. She says when she grabs it, the whole thing comes off because her hands are sticky. All right. So, is it good? Yeah. Does it sound good? Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. It's kind of the typical Class D sound, SMSL topping. They're all clean. I say they kind of all lean a bit on the north side of neutral to being a little bit lively. They're all good. You can tweak it how you want to. Tone controls, EQ, things like that. So let's talk about some equivalently or priced other products priced in kind of the same category. And remember, no DAC in here, all right? So this is just a speaker amp. Emotiva A100. That's a Class AB, all right? That also comes with a pretty awesome headphone input. It's also more expensive at $230, okay? Similar power specifications. Sounds better, in my opinion. I like AB a little bit better than this Class D. I'm not saying all Class D. I'm not saying AB is better than all Class D. I'm just saying I like Emotiva's AB better than this Class D. All right, does it mean it's bad? No. Well, this has got tone controls. The A100, I don't think has tone controls. Okay, so you have more flexibility with this. You also have balanced inputs. A100 is single-ended only. Okay, all right. Then we also have a very interesting product from Fozzy Audio. All right, it is a 2-channel AB, Class AB amp, just an amp. No remote control, no nothing like that. It's $200, all right? It's got a bit better signal-to-noise ratio at 110. The Emotiva also has a signal-to-noise ratio that's better, like at 110, okay? It's only available right now, and that one's the Fozzy Class AB, which is like the HD-1, 50 watts into 2 at 8 ohms. Doesn't give a 4 ohm rating, but it says it's safe down to 4 ohms, okay? That one's like $170. So you can only get it from China right now, though. It used to be available on Amazon, okay? Then we have another one. I know we're kind of all over the map here, but there's not a lot of just Class D amplifiers, especially Class D balanced amplifiers, except like the Crown, which is another good one to compare here because the Crown is Class D. It does have balanced inputs. It's about $230 for the lowest power one, but that one's like a monster. It's bigger. It's like a rack mount. They kind of sound the same. A little bit. They're both kind of just... actually, I think the Crown is a bit more neutral. So this one's a little bit north of neutral. Crown's a bit more neutral. Okay? Then we... I'm sorry, but you don't need to be that way. I try to keep this thing as, I don't know, family friendly as possible. I mean, we do have jokes or whatever. She's a little bit grumpy. Something with the Green Goblin. Okay. Fozzy Audio DA-8S Charlie. 120 watts times 2. Has a DAC. Has Bluetooth. This also has Bluetooth 5.0, but no codecs. The Fozzy Audio 2120C has aptX. Okay. So, what do I think? I think this amp is okay. All right? I think the only thing this amp has going for it is its balanced inputs. It sounds good. It sounds clean. But there's a lot of other stuff out there that sounds good and clean and actually has a bit more personality than this one. The display's small. The front volume knob is weird. It's all right. If you really, really, really want balanced input, you need to have balanced input, and you need a small form factor for like a desktop, and you don't care about not being able to change the volume very much on the front, this is the product for you. If you want balanced inputs into a Class D and you can spend a little bit more money, I'd probably look at the Crown. You just have more options on the Crown. It sounds, to me, a bit more neutral, a bit fuller in the mid-range. No remote, though, on the Crown, but you can get a DAC and use the remote on that. and it's also a powerhouse. And that one can be bridged too. It's like $230. All right. Is it good? Yeah. Would I recommend it? In that use case scenario only. If you have a balanced DAC and the desktop, and you have really good eyesight, and you don't care about the volume knob. Okay. All right. What do you think, female Spider-Man? So, if you want to support the channel, you can use any of the links in the description. I get a small commission off those links. Also, you can join my Patreon, patreon.com/cheapaudioman. Every Sunday night, we do patron-only Zooms. It's a lot of fun. We get to know each other, and we're kind of building a little community there. You can also sign up for Amazon HD music for free. There's a link in the description. Click on the link, scroll to the bottom, click Try HD. You get 3 months for free, and I get a couple of dollars. Also have my test track playlist from Amazon HD in the description. You can click on that when you're on your computer, save that to your playlist, and then you're rocking and rolling with the test track, old Cheap Audio Man test tracks on the when you're mobile. Also, the Satanic Panic playlist is in there. I also have merchandise if you want. There's a t-shirt. It's called the Cheap Audio Man Vets t-shirt. 50% of all the proceeds from that t-shirt goes to Homes for Our Troops. It's a great veterans organization. So don't binge watch Hulu or Netflix or anything. Binge listen maybe through the SMSL DA-8S and fill your soul with happiness. And with that, I'm Randy. I'm a Cheap Audio Man.